Anticipation is mounting for today's game, and we've got two quarterbacks looking to make an impact. It's the Cowboys going up against the Jaguars. With that, let's head up the road to Jacksonville, Florida. Standing by are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Larry, the fans in teal and black are ready to lock down the bank as you get a look inside Everbank Field in Jacksonville, Florida. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Dallas Cowboys and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go from Jacksonville. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. On 1st and 10, Prescott. And on the left side, he's got Witten. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down.
Come on, let's go.
In motion left now is Beasley. Time running out here on the play clock. Prescott to throw it. And that'll be incomplete. Cole Beasley, the intended target. And now it's second down. Okay, starting lineup time offensively, Charles, for the Dallas Cowboys.
And how about them at number 4 in the 2016 draft? Big needs on the defensive line. And they go with the running.
They go star power.
They went star power, but Ezekiel Elliott, in a lot of ways, was exactly the right decision. When they had winning success in 2014, they did it running the football. Elliott can do that for them again.
Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation. And the starters defensively for Jacksonville. And it's a Jags team that finished 3-13 last year. But on this side of the football, they've got a solid foundation, don't they?
I thought that their defense kept them in a lot of games in 2016. I thought they played really well. And now they've got a young core of guys. Remember Jalen Ramsey drafted last year. He made the all-rookie team. Yannick Ngakoue, a really promising outside linebacker, one of the best speed rushers in the game. He's going to be back with them. They need Miles Jack to make a jump, the youngster out of UCLA. But I like, all in all, the core of players that they have defensively.
Let's go. Brand 38.
A first down carry by Elliott. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39.
Partner, I know you call the play-by-play, but you know your ball. If I throw these numbers at you, all right, 6 yards shy of 2,000 of total yards from scrimmage for a rookie running back. What do you think?
Sounds like me in high school.
Sounds like you doing it,
no,
right?
It's really fascinating in what he was able to do. The thing for me, though, he did that as a rookie. Where do you go from here? I mean, can you keep going up from those numbers your sophomore campaign?
I think that you can. He's had examples of that preceding him in the NFL. Some guys who are in the Hall of Fame right now. Remember, he had 16 total touchdowns because it's not just his ability to run it. He can catch it out of the backfield as well. No one plays harder than this guy does, down in and down out. I think he's just going to keep getting better.
Throwing, Prescott. And he's got his man. It's Escobar. 13 yards that time at a first. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
You can feel the anguish all the way up here. It certainly looked like he had that one in the end zone, open, unable to hold on to it.
Let's go! Brand 38! Brand 38!
In motion here is Witten. On third down, it's Prescott. And that's caught by Beasley. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up first and goal. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Bryce Butler, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. It's a short kick, taken at the 15. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
So it'll be first down here after the run. They stay on the ground. Ivory again. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And now the starting lineup for the offense. And Julius Thomas highlighted, my friend.
Brandon, he's one of the latest in a long line of basketball players turned football players who have had great success. And he uses those basketball skills to get open in his pass routes.
Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5. And a look at the defense for the Cowboys.
Justin Durant doesn't get mentioned very often in conversation, but at the end of every game, he's made a lot of tackles. 3rd and 5, so they bring in an extra defensive back.
Expecting pass. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
Here we go. Green, 39. Left, 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 left. Left, 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 left. Z.
They do go for it. It's Bortles. Completes it to Chris Ivory. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Jaguar football as we begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Ace, ace, ace.
On first down, this is Ivory. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
In the red zone this time. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. They give it to Ivory. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Here we go. Blue 45. Z.
On 2nd down, Ivory. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Oh, long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field.
Inside the red zone, and that means don't come away from there with anything less than 3 points, but everyone's thinking about 6. They're trying to get to the end zone. They decide to run a toss. Big people up front being mobile and moving, and a running back trying to follow behind them to find yardage, and that's exactly what he did.
Here we go with Ivory. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. Give him 3 on the play, and the decision to go for it pays off. They've got a 1st and goal. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
And from the 3 now, and he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And he's got it up and through. After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And out now come the Cowboys. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. They come out here in the eye. Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. They'll roll him out right. And his throw is incomplete. Dez Bryant, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or 2 in and bats it away.
And if they want to keep this drive alive, they'll need 8 yards here on 3rd down. Bryant, the lone receiver, left.
Come on, let's go.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Paul Posluszny. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Give him 8 on the play, and just like that, it's 3rd down. And with that, it's 2-minute warning time here on the NFL on EA Sports. he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
Another run. This time it's Ivory. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
On second down, here's Bortles. Eluding the pressure right. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Call it a gain of 3. And that'll make it third down. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Throwing his Bortles on third down. And he is going to be hit and taken down. Bortles sacked. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Bortles in the offense remains put on the field. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Here we go now. Ace.
Bortles to throw for it on 4th down. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he finds his target, Terrence Williams. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Here we go.
First down, Prescott. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. So with 2 ticks left, and now the Jags going to signal for another timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And the Jags grab it. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Here's Corey Grant now to return. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Out come the Jaguars now as he'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. See if they stay on the ground for second down. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right.
Blue 45. Ace.
Now Bortles throwing on second down. Looking for Hearns, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Carr. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. And I hate to point to that missed field goal from their last drive, but you look at the scoreboard, they would be in the lead if they had that 3.
Well, no doubt those points or those missed points do loom large, but here they're getting a chance for a makeup, aren't they? Almost like my time in school, I was always begging my teachers for a makeup exam. Here's their opportunity now to put those points on the board.
And every point becoming more vital here in the second half. Here's Prescott. Drops it underneath to Elliott. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. A very solid gain of 27. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
He was trying to get it to Ezekiel Elliott, and that'll bring up second down.
And there's a good opportunity to just went awry there, a drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
Bryant, the lone receiver, left.
Here we go.
Throwing again. Prescott on 2nd and 10. And he fires one that's intercepted. They find some open field here. There he goes, right side. The 30. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
They told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Paul Posluszny, the linebacker, brings him down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Prescott, and he fends him off. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Telvin Smith, he's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop it.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of...
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Yannick Ngakoue. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And he'll take it just outside the 40. Just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now.
Now he's hit, and Bortles fumbled. It's loose. It's picked up by the Cowboys, and they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
They go to Elliott again. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. The play clock's running down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
Well, that wasn't just a loss. That was a loss of big yardage there. So the sense you're starting to get is that offensively, things are starting to pile up against them, and they've got to find a way to stop that. Conversely, how about the great call by the defensive coordinator? He realized that he's got him on the run a little bit. That call was made to get upfield penetration by his defensive front to try and get into the gaps, get upfield into the backfield, and make a big play. I think that was actually called not so much just to, to get it done that way, but to say, hey, guess what? We're going to be aggressive, and we had an opportunity and seized it.
Prescott now from the 50. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic.
And that's caught inside the 35. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. A dump off to Elliott. And he'll have the 1st down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. Give him 18 yards on that one. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. They come up in an offset eye. Now back to the ground with Elliott. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. And now they're in the hurry-up.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense have felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him. But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
They'll run for it with McFadden. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Darren McFadden punching it in from a yard away. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. All right, so the Cowboys will go for 2 here.
Let's go. What? 90. Flex round. Flex round. Let's go. Grand 38.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. Uses the stiff arm, but he will not get in. The defense stands tall, and they will hold on to their 1-point lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here.
Left, 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 left. Right.
They'll try and burn some clock now with Ivory. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8. And in this situation with the lead, fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And now the play clock in issues, so Gus Bradley's going to call a timeout. That's going to leave him with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. And at this stage of the game, time a factor, time on their side as they just try to eke out the final precious moments of this one.
Here we go now. Left, 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 left. Ace, ace.
Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Sean Lee. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they wanted to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Here we go.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And an alley to run. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 34 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. If there was a time to break off a nice run like that, it was right here to grab the lead in the fourth.
And it's just so much stress on a defense in that situation because you're looking at the clock. What are we guarding against? What's the first thing, right? The strike to the end zone, throwing the ball. Instead, they come back and hit him with a run. Block it well, and how about the physical run he made? Terrific job finding his way to the end zone to give him the lead.
And it is incomplete, so they can't convert for 2. And now the lead stays at 5. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Back to throw. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, second down.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end.
58 round. Slow.
He'll look to throw. He's got time in the pocket. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Here we go. Green, 90. Left.
And he goes in motion here in the backfield. He's back to throw. And he's got it to Hearns. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. And they convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
Here we go now. Blue 45.
They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Carr. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now here come the Cowboys. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become it.
Now, hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
Come on, let's go.
Well, Prescott here to throw. A strong running. Drops it underneath. Elliott. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to face a 3rd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Man, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators.